She walked into Judge Stephanie Boyd's courtroom thinking her excuses might be enough to get her through. But then Judge Boyd started asking one simple question. How are you going to support yourself and your child? Darlene Gonzalez was unemployed, living with her mother and relying on her boyfriend financially. Then the judge turned to the facts surrounding the case, and suddenly this wasn't just about a U-Haul anymore. What Judge Boyd said next turned the entire hearing into a powerful reality check. And by the end, Darlene walked out with strict conditions she probably never expected. This wasn't just another sentencing hearing. Judge Stephanie Boyd turned it into a serious wake-up call. Darlene Gonzalez, 32, appeared in court after being involved in the theft of a U-Haul with a man she described as just a friend. But once Judge Boyd started asking questions about Darlene's life, the case became about much more than what happened that day. Darlene was unemployed, living with her mother and relying heavily on her boyfriend financially. And that's when Judge Boyd focused on something she clearly wasn't willing to ignore. She asked, essentially, what happens if that boyfriend is no longer around? Because Darlene had a child, Judge Boyd wanted her to think beyond the present moment. Who would pay the bills? Who would provide a home? And how would she support herself and her child if circumstances suddenly changed? The judge then delivered a blunt reality check. She told Darlene that at 32 years old, she was too old to continue living without employment, and the message was clear. Excuses weren't going to solve her problems. But this wasn't simply anger from the bench. Judge Boyd was pushing Darlene toward accountability and independence. Instead of sending her directly to prison, the court imposed 4 years of deferred adjudication, along with 200 hours of community service and a requirement to find employment within 40 days. That meant Darlene was being given an opportunity, but it came with serious conditions and responsibility, and that's what made this hearing so powerful. Boyd wasn't only looking at the offense. She was looking at the person standing in front of her and asking what needed to change before the situation became even worse. Sometimes, a judge's harshest words aren't about punishment. Sometimes, they're about forcing someone to confront the reality they've been avoiding. And for Darlene, that reality check may have been the most important part of the entire hearing.
And the complainants don't want her back at the address, correct? All right, so you can't have any contact at that address. If there's an emergency that comes up with your child and it's at that address, then you'll probably have to call the police or somebody for a welfare check. Your attorney will let you know what to do in that situation, okay? Okay. So there's to be no contact with the location. And at some point, if things go well, the complainants may decide that it's okay for you to have contact at that location. All right, there's 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order anger management. Once you've completed anger management, 50 of those hours will be deemed satisfied. And the remaining 50 hours will be satisfied once you've completed parenting classes. And I'm going to order parenting classes. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And there's $1,000 fine, and that will be probated. And restitution is to be paid at $100 per month. Probation, is there anything else? No, there wasn't a request for a no contact with him. Just the address.
I have one more thing, Judge.
Yes.
What would you set the supervisory fees at? Set them at the minimum because of.
In regards to that, legally, now that they've changed things, she'll have to fill out a form. Okay. And once she fills out that form saying that she's indigent and provides proof, I'll receive notice of that. And then I'll be able to make a decision on that.
And can she get that form from probation to fill out?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And what I can tell you, supervisory fees, they help probation run their operations. Okay. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, Because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing: to be successful on probation in this court, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and address it with me. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Make better decisions, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.